my friend Greta told me that she wanted to organize a short trip to Rome in the spring, I could not decline the invite. This is my first time in Rome and I'm bringing you with me to discover the best spots of the city, to taste and rate the local specialties, and to give you some tips on your next visit. After the 3 hours long train ride from Milan to Rome, we immediately hopped on the metro line and we reached our hotel room, which was right outside the Vatican City border. There we finally had lunch in one of the nearest restaurants we could find. As an Italian, I have to admit that the food wasn't the best, definitely not our favorite, but we knew that being so close to the Vatican, there could have been some tourist traps. On the first day, there was this really cloudy weather. I would say that I realized the effective beauty of the city even better the next days, with a much more beautiful sunlight. Weather and daylight can really make a difference in your experience, especially in a colorful city like Rome. We decided we wanted to go for a walk along the Tiber river, letting our senses guide us wherever we felt like it. We were pretty tired because of the travel journey, so the decision not to have big plans on the first day was the best choice and made us focus on the moment rather than the next stop on the map.
Madonna, sono caduto giù.
Nearby Castel Sant'Angelo, there are some of these souvenirs and book stands right by the river that remind me a lot of Les Bouquinistes de Paris, those beautiful vintage booksellers that have their stands right by the Seine.
Vai, saluta. Ci salutano?
Salutano, guarda,
Vai avanti, vai che tipo saluti. Vai, saluta.
We spent the rest of the afternoon walking around the city, but I didn't vlog much because it started raining and we had no umbrellas. So it was a little bit messy. Then we went back to the hotel room and got changed before going to dinner in a cute restaurant near Castel Sant'Angelo. The fact that we had St. Peter's Square right outside the door of our hotel was amazing. We waited a bit for the sky to turn a little darker and we watched the many seagulls fly in the sky. We stopped a few minutes to take some night photos. Even if it was starting to get pretty cold, I managed to get a cute shot. Then we finally got to dinner. This was absolutely the best carbonara I had during the trip, and you could feel it was made the right way. We walked a bit around the beautiful city by night and finally went to bed for a good night of sleep. Kicking off the second day in Rome by arriving just in front of the beautiful Colosseum. Famous places like the Colosseum have created an impeccable aura around them, and sometimes the expectation don't match the reality. Well, that was not my experience.
We just arrived at Colosseum, but now we're actually going to have breakfast somewhere, and then we'll probably come back later. And yeah, this is very beautiful. This is really beautiful. Like, already from the outside. I won't probably go inside because it's really expensive to me, but it is gorgeous. And also the environment around it, it's not bad. It's really beautiful. So.
The neighborhoods around the Colosseum are pretty nice, and we also found a small cafe where we had breakfast before continuing our morning tour. I I also found something I really love in a city, but I only saw it once before, and that's fruit trees in the streets. These in particular were orange trees, which release an amazing scent in the air, and the only time I saw orange trees by the sidewalk of a big city, I was in Athens with Giorgio, if you remember him from my Munich vlog, and I was pretty impressed. It's all about these small details to me, catching these small things that make me remember the overall experience better. As I said, we then went back to the Colosseum, but this time around I wanted to have a different view of it, so we climbed a few stairs and got to this beautiful viewpoint. Like, this is what I like about Rome, that every corner you can find something beautiful like this. Just walking around. We are actually going up this hill, but we don't really know where we're going. But, you know, you can stop and look at these things and just appreciate it. For being April, it's really hot. Like it is really hot. I'm not struggling yet, but I know at the end of the day I will be drowned in sweat. Oh, I just lost my watch because of the sweat. At the end of the hill, there's this little church that seems pretty nice. We continued walking around the Colosseum as it was the best way to orient oneself, and we also got to see the first spring flowers blossoming. So we're now going to this church that I found on the Google Maps. You know, the best place, I always found them on Google Maps. And we'll see, it seems like there's many frescoes inside, and it looks like a really nice church. You can see it there. It's probably the hottest hour of the day, but we are not really hungry, so we'll wait to eat after, and we'll continue walking and sweating until we can't no more. I'm loving this weather, however, I am sweaty. Like, I don't know if you can see it, I'm sweaty. The church was actually closed, so now we're heading to lunch. We actually don't know yet where we're going, but we'll find something nice and I'll show you. We ended up in this restaurant nearby the church we didn't get to visit. I tried the cacio e pepe, which I don't usually take, but I really liked it. After lunch, we wanted to see Altare della Patria, but the weather was so hot we had to stop for a bit. And as I always say, especially when visiting Italy, if you want to refresh and just go inside a church, you'll find a less hot environment and maybe you'll discover a beautiful church just like we did. There was literally no one inside this church because everyone was going to the big touristy spots and no one paid attention to this place. We then finally walked to Altare della Patria while watching the ruins of this incredible temple on the side of the road. Rome is so rich in history, everywhere you turn you'll find something like this. It's incredible.
We're trying to take the bus. We'll see if it shows up.
No, ma la gente con le giacche di pelle come... Oh, scusate.
Yes.
The time has come to do something I was really looking forward to, and I'm talking about visiting Castel Sant'Angelo. We also made the move of going inside just in time for the golden hour, because we knew the view would have been amazing. Okay, this clip was given throwback. The castle inside was of course beautiful, but to me the best part remains the view of the city. There's also the possibility to have an aperitivo here, which I think is just beautiful.
Sotto la testa. Mi hai visto?
We also got to see the art inside of the museum, and it was amazing.
Filmato.
This room in particular was extremely beautiful, and of course I had to take a quick photo just to have a memory of this gorgeous place. We finally went inside here, and after a few more steps, we finally got to the beautiful.
This is the terrace. It's very big and beautiful, and also the sun is going down slowly and the colors are just amazing. You can see everything. This is amazing. The skyline, you can see every monument. It's really beautiful.
We got outside the castle. Well, we actually got kicked out because it was closing time, and then we slowly walked back to our hotel room.
Greta,
We inform the visitors that the museum will start closing at 7 p.m. Thank you.
Vamos a bailar.
As the sun slowly went down, the sky turned into this beautiful pink shade, and we couldn't do anything but stare once again at this breathtaking square. In the next days, we're going to see even more beautiful places here in Rome, and I'm bringing you with me, so stay tuned because we are trying food. We're finding out how to skip the line in those touristy spots and much more. As always, if you like this video or if you want more tips on Rome and many other destinations, follow me here on YouTube and look at my content on Instagram, TikTok and Pinterest. If you watched this vlog all the way through, thank you so much. Leave a comment if you like, so you can help me a bit with the algorithm, and until next time.